Hey, welcome to A Home to Love. This is Delina. Today we're going to talk all about hanging art on the walls and are there rules that you need to follow or guidelines that would help you. So let's get to the video. First of all, I want to thank everybody who saw my community post about Hurricane Debbie hitting us yesterday. We were blessed enough that it got downgraded to a tropical storm, and we only lost power for maybe 6 or 8 hours. And we managed to keep water, which we didn't last time. Last time we were without power for 5 days, water for 3. It was really bad. So we were prepping this time for that scenario. And Lord graciously caused it to kind of veer away from us and not be as bad as it was last year. But I will turn this camera around and give you what my backyard looks like. So this is my backyard. It doesn't look nearly as bad. Last year we had so many branches down, it took us over a week to clean it up. The water's receding. You can see a little bit over there in front of the studio. I have like a pond. If you look way back there in the corner, that's our burn pile. My son had already taken down the majority of branches and piled them up. So not as horrible as it was last year. Last year was pretty rough. In the year and a little bit over year and a half that we've lived here, we have had 2 hurricanes. Well, 1 hurricane, 1 downrated tropical storm, 2 tornadoes, or no, 3 tornadoes that have come through here. We lived in Charleston, South Carolina, and that is Hurricane Alley for those that do not know. We didn't nearly get as much as we have gotten in the last year and a half living here. So, okay, let's get to the video of wall art. What are the rules? What should I be doing? I'll turn you around and we'll talk about it. Let's start over here with this piece of art. It's a lone piece of art by my front door. I based it upon the cabinet that was next door to it. If you see, I kind of leveled up and that's where I hung it. But according to the internet, it is supposed to be, well, according to the internet, the middle of your picture is supposed to be 57 inches. And guess what? The middle of the picture is 57 inches. So I did pretty good eyeballing it. But the rules are 57 inches to the middle from the ground to the middle of your picture when you are hanging a large scale picture. It should only be 2/3 the size of what you're hanging over it. So if you're hanging it over a couch, let's say a large picture, over a couch, it should be 2/3 that size, or a piece of furniture. 3 to 6 inches apart and 6 to 8 inches from the bottom edge of the furniture. So 6 to 8 inches from the bottom of your couch to the beginning of your first piece of art. I based it upon, I'm pretty close to that, because there's a piece of molding and then my first piece of art starts there. 3 to 6 inches in between pieces of art. Now, let me take you over here to the gallery wall in the hallway. I was taught a hand space between pictures when you're hanging them. And then I think the biggest issue with people is they hang their art way too high up on the wall and it looks funny. So your artwork is a reflection of you in your home. I think it needs to be, it doesn't have to be matchy-matchy. It doesn't necessarily have to match the colors in your room. It just has to be something that you love. If you are doing a gallery wall, I think it does have to be cohesive in order for it to kind of flow. I always lay all my pieces down on the floor and look at them and say, okay, do they all kind of relate to each other? Is the color-wise, does one stand way out from another, or one that doesn't necessarily fit the theme? Your frames do not all have to match. If you're doing an eclectic wall, that is not necessarily the case. If you like that look, that's great. Trying to think of the other rules. Do you have to put pictures up on every single wall? No. I don't even recommend that. I recommend that you have a feature wall, that you put your main attraction, the thing that you want most people to be drawn to, and that's the wall that you make visually the most interesting. After that, I think you need to stick to either pared down, or I like to be, if I put pictures on one wall, I'll put a mirror on another, I'll put a piece of architectural sculpture on another. I kind of like to vary it, and I don't like to do pictures on every single wall, or I'll skip. I'll put pictures on a wall, skip a wall, do it that way. You are looking for balance. That is probably the biggest thing when you are hanging wall art, is balance within the room. You do not want it so much so, unless you're into that look where you cover every square inch with pictures, then I think that's fine. Also, on a feature wall, like my spice rack wall, now that does not fit those rules. I had to do it because I have cupboard doors that open onto it, so I had to make sure that it fit where it sits. I had a light switch I had to deal with, and I wanted to hang a clock and a picture above it. Sorry, those are my cats. So again, these are guidelines. I don't think all rules are written in stone, but I think they're there just to give you guidance and help you. So just a short video to let you know I was okay, and that I will be back Friday with a decorate with me in the guest room. You all have a great day.